Guys, welcome to today's channel or today's video. My name is Topeka Jameson and I'm going to show you my new what is this called? Moisturizer, and it is called Yay for Earth. And they come in small sizes, but you know I always try the smaller. So far I have these two products and they are very awesome. And a couple of months ago, like 4 months ago, I had asked my followers what makeup they wanted to see, what makeup, did you want to do a 90s makeup or did you want to do a Y2K makeup? Which was the early 2000s. And majority of everybody did 1950s. So tomorrow, I am going to get up super early for you guys and do a 1950s makeup look. And we're going to go from there. So I'm going to tell you the story time of how I embarrassed myself in front of a lot of people. Now, me personally, I am very shy. I have a hard time getting to know people. I have a hard time dealing with people in general. And I have a hard time just with certain things. So I had this friend who would tell me, hey, and these would be things that were not true, okay? So me and this friend, she would tell me things like, hey, I need you to come to my house because there's an emergency, and so I would come. I did speak about her in one of my videos about how I had loaned her a bunch of money and people are like, you shouldn't have loaned her money. Yeah, we stopped being friends shortly after I loaned her the money, and it was before I had my good paying job, which I have now. But at this time, we were still friends. She would always tell me she did not have money to do certain things. Like if we went out to eat, majority of the time, I would pay. And I didn't mind this, but if you're gonna go out to eat with somebody, you should at least offer, even if it's just the McDonald's value menu. So me and my fiance at the time decided that we were going to invite her to go out to eat with us. Now, I didn't usually invite her to things, and there was a reason, and that reason being that we weren't really close. We were close back in the day, but we got to the point where we weren't as close as we used to be. So one day I get this call from her, and she's like telling me that she's about to lose custody of her kids and blah blah blah, and I feel sorry. So she asked me to go with her to interview lawyers, and I'm like, well, I'm out of town. I can't go interview lawyers with you because we're not even in the same state. So after this happens, and a few moments later, I get this text message from her that she needs me to come home. And I'm like, I can't be there. So at this point, I'm just looking like, okay. So at this point, we go home, and the next day she comes to my house and asks to borrow $20. And I stupidly, because I'm like, hey, I don't want her to lose her kids. I don't want her ex to get custody, because the things she would tell me about the ex just made me not very happy. So at that point in time, I go and I help her. And we sit in lawyer after lawyer's office. And I'm just along for the ride, and I'm just sitting like this. Okay, to give you a visual, the whole time I'm just like. So she finds a lawyer, and she ends up losing the case. Well, if you lose the case, you have to pay back. Sometimes if you win the case, you have to pay. But she had lost the case, so she had to come up with all this money, and me and several of our friends chipped in, and we tried to help her. And some of us are no longer friends with her, but we're still friends together. So at this point, I am just waiting for her to call me. And for today's face wash, I used Youth to the People Kale and Green Tea Spinach Vitamin Super Cleanser. For my toner, I use tea in Dawkins Witch Hazel, my favorite witch hazel. And for moisturizer today, and this was just 3 easy steps to wash my face. I didn't wear makeup. I used this, and it's called Yay for Fair Sensitive Skin Face Lotion. And it just shows that it has organic olive oil, beeswax, organic shea butter, and organic seed oil, natural on your face. So this is what I have, and it's called Yay for they have bigger ones, but I just wanted to use this to see if I would break out or see if it was a product for me. So after we did all that, I got to the point where I was just like, I don't deserve a friendship that is one-sided. I deserve a friendship that is equal in the way we treat each other and how we interact with one another. So our friendship shortly ended after that, and we no longer talk. So several years, I come to my hometown, and I am eating lunch with my aunt and my mom. And we are at a restaurant. I don't remember if it was Aspen Grill she was already sitting down and she tries to look at me. She tries to take pictures with her phone, and I'm just getting uncomfortable that I'm slouching down in the booth going, I'm over it. So then I turn around and she goes and tries again to take pictures of me, tries to get my mom to talk to her. And my mom is just at this point, my mom's not a real big fan of this girl, and she was kind of glad that we were no longer friends. So I did not want to talk to her because I did not want, my cousin was very young at the time, and I didn't want him to see me behaving badly because I'm like a role model to him. And I didn't want him to feel like that was appropriate. So I'm trying to ignore her. I'm trying not to speak to her. And she keeps like coming over to our table and trying to talk to me. And I'm like, okay, this is awkward. So it gets so bad that the waitress asks us mid-meal if we want to move tables. And my mom's like, no, we're almost finished. You know, I have not walked into that restaurant since that incident. And anytime I'm home, we don't eat there. So that was the embarrassing moment I had, and I was just, so I literally ran out of that restaurant, and I never went back in. But I want to show y'all my new makeup bag. I got it on Amazon. It could be used as a purse, but I like it as a makeup bag. So I'm just sitting there going, did she just come to our table? And my mom's like, do not open your mouth to Pango because sometimes your mouth is a little too much. And so my mom is like, telling me, hey, don't say a word to her. And I'm like, gladly, but she keeps coming to our table. And so the waitress comes over and she's like, hey, why don't you go back to your table and let them be alone? And so we abruptly get the check. I don't even finish my mimosa because I'm like, I'm out. And I'm just running towards my car. Like, my butt is on fire. And I am running towards my car. So I almost bust my butt. Karma is real and it does happen. So I run to the car. I lock the door because I'm like, I don't want her. I didn't know she was going to try to follow us. And I didn't, sorry guys, I didn't know if she was gonna try to do something, so I was like hauling, but my mom's like, I've never seen you move that fast since I promised you we'd go to Disney World. And I didn't take you to Disney World, but you moved your butt, kind of thing, and I'm like, yeah. I said I wanted to get out of there. She said I could tell. Even the waitress could tell. She was like, did we do something wrong? And my mom had to explain that we just didn't feel comfortable. So that was just my experience. And I haven't seen her since. Haven't talked to her. Don't want to talk to her. And that is just how I feel. The moral of the story, never give a friend money. No how, no ever, no, not ever how, doesn't matter if they are a good friend or not, or have good intentions. I will never give any of my friends money because of that situation. Our friendship was very toxic and one-sided, and even her mom offered to pay me back in installments. Her stepmother offered to pay me back in installments. They were very, 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 very nice. So today I worked. Yesterday I didn't get to work much. So I've been doing gluten-free stuff, and it's some gluten-free stuff I've tried I would definitely buy again, and some I would probably not. But I wanted to share that little update with you. But that happened a year and a half ago, and I remembered I had witnessed that I ran out there so fast. The waitress was just looking at me like, okay. And I was like, sorry, but I hate to eat and run. The food's great, but gotta go. And so the waitress asked me as we were going out if everything was okay. And I said, I don't appreciate people coming to my table that aren't my server, and I explained, and the waitress goes, I'll let my manager know. So they let the manager know. And then I hauled butt to the car. Moral of the story, I can run when I want to. So when I feel like I don't want to be in a situation, I just go. But thank you guys for watching my crazy antics. Thank you for subscribing to my channel. And thank you for being part of the Jameson family. And I do want to thank you all for your love and support. And thank you for helping me grow my channel each and every day. I hope y'all like this video. And like I said, sorry to hiccup in your ear. You can follow me on Topanga Jameson, which is my Snapchat. You can follow me on Instagram. And for those of y'all who are following me on Snap, I'm not on there enough to post, but I will be getting on there tomorrow just to add people and go from there. But on my Instagram, I am live with Topanga, and bye.